Well, welcome to Price Farms Organics, Price Marketing, and Porcupine Farm. We started the compost operation about 19 years ago, kind of an offshoot of some composting that we were doing here at the farm, and it has since grown into a life of its own and a very interesting one.
Hello, my name is Austin Bright, and welcome to our farm of some pigs and cattle. And we also have a compost facility as well. We have a EPA Class 2 composting facility where we accept byproducts of yard trimmings, food scraps, manures, horse manure, and as well as other byproducts as permitted by EPA.
So a lot of companies are attempting to be zero waste, and because of our permits and regulations that we're involved with, we're allowed to take products that would normally go into a landfill. So it's exciting. You get a lot of calls from fairly big companies and small companies that are interested in doing what's right.
Right now we're in May, we're in the middle of mulch season, so we've been at it for the last few months, from processing different wood materials to also screening soils, and we've been loading up from retail customers to commercial accounts to landscapers, you name it. We have bags as well as bulk products where we load up pickup trucks and trailers. So if you have yard trimmings, branches, leaves at home, you can come through. We have certified scales, so we have to keep track of weights for EPA. And we'll come across the scales and we'll drop into our yard trimmings pile, which is right here. So then once we get the branches in, we will grind this material up through a horizontal grinder, and then the material behind us is what that material will look like. So this is one of our screeners that we use to be able to screen our mulch, our soil, and our compost. So as the loader dumps in, it's dumping into a hopper, and then that hopper is fed by a conveyor belt that we adjust depending on the material and the moisture content and the particle size. And then that regulated feeder belt will then drop into the trommel, and then that trommel is turning and it is dropping what we call fines material through the holes that we are trying to capture. And then anything that does not go through the holes is what we call overs, and that goes out through the back of the screener. And then what is neat about this screener is that it's got a conveyor that we can remotely operate from inside the loader to be able to turn it and to be able to drop our pile in front of the screener. So we have two types of soil blends. We have a premium soil for the gardens, and then also a turf blend soil for a seeding application. And so we have a special blend for each mix. So right now Tom is blending up our premium soil blend, which consists of compost, soil, and sand. For our Zubru compost, we have what we call a 2-year process. And not that it needs to be that long, but we like it to be long because then the product really has time to really break down into mature. As well as a little bit of wood material into it to be able to help for that mulchy type aspect that people are looking for. Break this wood open, and it is black on the inside. I mean, it is dark and it has been aged and composted, and it's really a nice product.